I'm going to start this thing. All right. Welcome, everybody. We're going to start our meeting. Welcome to the annual Mayor's State of the City Address. State of the City has been held during a traditional Rotary meeting for more than 40 years. And in cooperation with the City of Salem and the Office of the Mayor, this event is co-hosted on a rotational basis each year by the Rotary Club of Salem, the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce, and the Salem City Club. My name is Kathy Grimes, and I am president of the Rotary Club of Salem. And today it is my privilege to be the MC for this event. First, let's take a moment and thank the very talented Scotts Appella from McKay High School and their director, Hannah Abercrombie. We are so fortunate to have such talented musicians in our Salem schools. And now I want to welcome Corban University Senior Development Officer Marianne Remsburg to the podium for our invocation, which will be followed by the national anthem. And special note, today is Marianne's birthday, and her family is present to support her. Please join me in standing for both if you are able, and Marianne is going to come to the podium now.
Thank you, Kathy. What a fun place to be on my birthday. Nowhere I'd rather be than praying over our mayor and over our city with you. So let's pray together. Lord, I come before you with a humble heart, with thanksgiving in my heart. Lord, I pray just thanks over our city, over these leaders you've given us, specifically over our mayor. God, thank you for Julie, that you have given her just such an authenticity, Lord, a genuineness, and that she cares and loves all of us in the city so much. God, I just pray a blessing of protection over our city. God, it is a city of Salem, which is shalom. I pray for peace over the city. I pray for unity, Lord, over our city. I pray that even as we're out in our day, just living, working, God, that we'll be looking out for that person next to us. We'll be looking for what we can do to show love, to show your love. God, I do just thank you for this time to come together. And I want to pray just a prayer that David prayed in Psalms. Psalms 86, he says, "Be gracious to us, O Lord, for to you do we cry all the day. Gladden the soul of your servants. For to you, O Lord, do we lift up our souls. For you, O Lord, are good and forgiving, abounding in steadfast love to all who call upon you. Give ear, O Lord, to our prayer. Listen to our plea for grace. In the day of our trouble, we call upon you, and you answer us." And Lord, I thank you for that promise. You're here with us now. You hear us, you know us, you love us, you made each and every person in this room, and I thank you for that, God. I pray a blessing over this time. I pray for peace, for clarity, and for wisdom that can only come from you. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. Please remain standing for the national anthem sung by the Scotts Appella.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Please be seated, and thank you for that beautiful rendition. It was really lovely. Thank you. Well, Mayor Julie Hoy will be introducing the Salem City Council presently, but before that, I want to take a moment to introduce some other local elected officials who are joining us. I believe former Mayor Anna Peterson is with us today, and Sarita, yes? Thank you, Anna. Sarita Cross, Kaiser City Council. Woo-hoo. Marion County Sheriff Nick Hunter. Marion County DA Paige Clarkson. Jackie Frankie, Chemeketa Community College Board. And finally, Senator Deb Patterson. Would any other elected officials in the audience please stand so we can recognize you? Well, that's great. Does that mean we didn't miss anybody? Oh. Angela Plowhead. I'd also like to introduce our representatives of our partner organization, so please stand and wave. Sean Nakatis, president of the Salem City Club, if he's present. I don't see him. Tom Hoffert, CEO of the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce, yoo-hoo, who will be hosting next year, as I see in my notes. Now, it is my privilege and honor to introduce our mayor, Julie Hoy, to deliver the State of the City address. But first, a little about our mayor. Salem Mayor Julie Hoy took office on January 13th, 2005. She previously served as Salem City Councilor beginning in May 2022 and was elected mayor in May of 2024. She was born and raised in the Pacific Northwest. She has lived in the same Northeast Salem neighborhood for more than 30 years. Julie has worked as a musician, composer, and performer most of her life. She has volunteered in schools for more than 25 years and served nonprofits since 2001, working to break the cycle of poverty. In 2017, Julie and her husband purchased a small family restaurant. While incredibly rewarding, this business journey has been challenging, navigating government requirements while trying to keep her staff employed and her customers satisfied. Julie believes our community is best served when everyone gets involved. Please join me in welcoming Salem Mayor Julie Hoy to the podium.
Well, I want to personally thank the Scotts Appellate Group. A lot of wonderful things go on inside that school, and I appreciate you being here very much. Thank you. Great job. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I'd like to express my sincere appreciation first to PGE for their generous sponsorship of this event and their ongoing partnership with the city. As we gather for the State of the City address, I want to take a moment to reflect on where we've been, where we are now, and where we are headed. Before diving into our progress and future plans, I'd like to take a brief moment to share a little bit about myself. As a 34-year resident of Salem, I've had the privilege and sometimes the challenge of weathering significant storms, both literal and metaphorical. Like many of you, I've experienced moments of uncertainty. However, as your newly elected mayor, know that I am focused on the future, and more specifically on the opportunities we have to make Salem a stronger, more vibrant community for all. This moment we're in is unlike any other. It's a time for us to come together to focus our priorities and work to make lasting positive impact on our city. Collaboration, partnership, and collective commitment to progress will be key to our success. How are we moving forward? This past December, I had the privilege of participating in a unique educational experience in Boston, Massachusetts. I joined 23 other mayors from across the country for a program hosted by Bloomberg Harvard Philanthropies. On the final day of the conference, each of us was presented with a clock. An intriguing gift. It counts down the time remaining in our terms. The clock came with an inspirational quote from former New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg. His message reminds me daily the clock is ticking. I plan to make the absolute most out of each and every day. My clock currently tells me I only have 677 days left in my term. For me, in this term of mayor as our great city, to be successful in the limited amount of time we have together, we must be deliberate in our actions and work diligently towards strengthening our community partnerships. I'm thrilled with the progress so far and looking forward to the difference we will make together. We are committed to expanding our impact with support from good relationships with both Marion and Polk counties, as well as with the state of Oregon. These collaborations are essential as we work to address some of the city's most pressing issues. Just this past January, this council and Marion County commissioners met for an initial joint session. It was a good beginning, an enlightening conversation which deepened our understanding of Marion County's role and responsibilities. I'm excited about the steps we're taking together. Marion County's programs and services offer big help, and we need it. I've also been engaging with our state and local leaders, working hard to build rapport and align on Salem's priorities. I'm confident that these leaders understand our needs and will advocate for the Capital District funding we've been pursuing to support essential public safety services, including police, fire, and EMS. We are working at the national level as well. In fact, 3 days after my swearing in, I had the honor of traveling to Washington, D.C. to attend the U.S. Conference of Mayors. This was another valuable educational opportunity and a chance to meet with our national delegation. I'm grateful for the opportunity to connect with them, share our funding priorities, and discuss how we can work together to secure resources for our city. The mere mention of federal resources begs the question, what is happening and how might it impact Salem? Just yesterday morning, I was on the phone with a friend, a local nonprofit leader. She told me she was looking forward to my State of the City speech. I asked her directly, as a nonprofit leader, what are you hoping to hear from me? She responded, quote, I want to know that my federal funding is secure, end quote. She quickly added, but I guess there isn't much the city can do about that. My friend is right. There isn't much I can do about potential changes in federal funding. I'm frustrated, as many are, with unanswered questions. These are unsettled times. Another friend called a few weeks back and shared great concern for a treasured, incredibly faithful employee who is worried about deportation. What do I tell her? He asked. Unfortunately, on these and other fronts, we will have to wait and see. My nonprofit leader friend said it well, quote, like the soldier on the wall, we watch and wait, assessing the situation as it unfolds and ready to act when necessary, end quote. I believe it's important to stay in that which we know to be true, to make decisions based on reality and not that which is only at this point yet to be identified. Just last week, I was up on the Little North Fork on the Santiam River with legislative staff, surveying the dams and the source of our sweet mountain water. If you haven't read the book by author Frank Maudlin, former City of Salem Public Works Director and civil engineer, I highly recommend it. It is the story of Salem's high-quality drinking water. It's quite something to read the history of change as we moved from drinking Willamette River water to the pristine North Santiam. You may be aware that a biological opinion of a few years back mandates that U.S. Army Corps of Engineers draw down the Detroit Reservoir to historic low levels to support salmon migration as early as this fall. As a city, we support efforts to protect endangered fish. As a water provider to 200,000 residents and businesses, we also need to protect our precious drinking water. Much time and energy is currently being spent in anticipation of this challenge. We are exploring our options and gathering support in response. No matter what, I know we will get by and survive whatever reality may come. Because, like those of the past, we are strong, intelligent, capable, driven, and resilient. As we now zoom into the state of our city, I want to take a moment to acknowledge our dedicated leadership, from my colleagues on council to the people who helped to make it all possible. I'm incredibly fortunate to serve alongside an exceptional group of leaders who embody the true spirit of dedication and service. These individuals are the heart and soul of Salem's governance. Please join me in recognizing these committed public servants. I'm proud to serve with them, and it's an honor to introduce them to you now. Paul Teigen, Ward 1. Linda Nishioka, Ward 2. Shane Matthews, Ward 3. Deanna Gwynn, Ward 4. Dr. Irvin Brown, Ward 5. Vanessa Nordyke, Ward 7. And Mickey Varney, Ward 8. In case you don't know already, all of us here, me included, are all volunteers. These are unpaid positions which we've accepted through election, and we dedicate countless hours working for the betterment of Salem. We do this because we care deeply about our community and its future. It's also important to note that the Ward 6 seat is currently vacant and will remain so until May 20th, 2025 election. If you know anyone living in Ward 6 for at least the last year who may be interested in running for this seat, I encourage you to let them know. The filing deadline is March 11th. The next counselor for Ward 6 will likely be sitting up here with us next year. If you find the idea of running for office a little daunting right now, I urge each of you to consider volunteering to serve on one of our city's boards and commissions. As an advisor to City Council, your unique perspective and involvement will help us shape the priorities and initiatives that matter most. You can find more information on the city's website, where current vacancies and application details are available. Since taking the oath of office, I've been deeply moved by the incredible individuals I've met, those who dedicate their time and energy to improving our community. Every day, I witness the passion, hard work, and determination that go into making Salem a better place to be. From urban planners to first responders and the countless volunteers who step up to serve, their stories inspire me. They remind us that Salem is more than just a collection of statistics. It's about the people who are behind the work. For that, I have been impressed, moved, in fact, and very, very grateful. Now I'd like to introduce to you the highly skilled leadership team that is working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep our city running smoothly. Please join me in recognizing these individuals who are always available to answer questions you may have. We are in very capable hands, and please stand as I call your name, with Krishna Namburi, our acting city manager, Scott Archer, our Deputy City Manager for Community Services. Dan Atchison, our City Attorney. Josh Eggleston, our Chief Financial Officer. Trevor Womack, our Police Chief. David Gerboth, our Fire Chief. Brian Martin, our Public Works Director. Kristen Rutherford, our Community Planning and Development Director. And Courtney Knox-Bush, our Chief Strategy Officer. Back there. Many of you are aware, Salem has recently undergone a leadership transition with the resignation of our former city manager. While leadership changes can present challenges, they also offer opportunity to pause, reflect, and ensure we're heading in the right direction. Despite these transitions, I can confidently say that the state of our city is strong. I'm working closely with my fellow council members and city staff to ensure a seamless transition, and I'm excited about the work ahead. It's an all-hands-on-deck kind of moment at the city. There's a great deal of momentum, and I'm very optimistic about the future of Salem. Now, on to fueling our economy and community growth. While we certainly face challenges, I'm happy to share some good news. Economic development in Salem is alive and well. We continue to build strong relationships with SEDCOR and Eric Anderson, who tirelessly works to attract and retain businesses in our city. For instance, MII Aero, formerly Metal Innovations Incorporated, has completed its relocation to Salem from the Aurora Airport. The first phase of their 4-acre campus development includes the renovation of 2 hangars totaling over 20,000 square feet. This is such a great story for so many reasons. In addition to the new employment opportunities, having MII Aero in Salem benefits the airport and the aviation economy. The company has a maintenance contract with Avelo and has already been able to assist with maintenance requests while planes have been on the ground in Salem. This growing aviation collection is bringing up the next generation of pilots at a satellite location of the Career Technical Education Center on the airport campus. Salem Kaiser students accessing training and certifications as they prepare for rewarding careers in aviation. Through powerful industry partnerships with companies like Avelo, C-Tech students prepare for high-wage, high-demand careers in all aspects of aviation. Knowing that more than 20 years ago, the city partnered with the state to develop the Mill Creek Corporate Center as one of the key shovel-ready industrial parks in Salem, Oregon, it is with pride that I note the continued economic development activity there. Pac Trust continues to invest in inventory of buildings to attract new employers like Agility Robotics, which is going into production in its RoboFab facility. In neighboring Mill Creek site, work is finishing up on Gensco's new HVAC manufacturing and logistics building, bringing jobs and investment to the city. And our very own Don Pancho Mexican Foods, founded here in Salem in 1979, is growing yet again, investing in the former NORPAC building to make it into a state-of-the-art production facility for its tasty products. I haven't had lunch yet, so that makes me hungry. I'm thankful that Don Pancho and Reese's will continue to grow into the future in Salem. On another note, I'm excited to announce that the Salem-Willamette Valley Airport will soon offer flights to Las Vegas, starting again in May. So, yes. So for those of you who enjoy the vibrant energy of Las Vegas, now's the time to book your tickets. And perhaps I'll see you there. These are just a few examples of the economic progress happening here in Salem. And I want to give credit where credit is due. These efforts have been years in the making, and I want to extend my sincere congratulations to everyone involved. On a light and artistic note, I know many of you regularly walk through downtown. I hope you've noticed some extra beauty gracing our sidewalks. 20 utility boxes throughout downtown area have been wrapped with artwork, showcasing designs from our library, civic center, and convention center. 16 have already been completed, and I encourage you to take a stroll and enjoy them as the weather continues to transition from winter to spring. On to our city's fiscal situation. Each year, as council, we come together with 9 community volunteers to review and set the city's budget. My first encounter with the municipal budget in Salem was in early 2023. Based on concerns I heard from our community, I felt strongly that our budget needed to be more transparent and needed a deeper review. So, last spring, I proposed a motion for quarterly budget reports to be presented directly to City Council. This move was aimed at making our financial decisions more visible and providing an opportunity to adjust course if necessary. It was a step toward building community trust and ensuring transparency. One area that has raised concern among many of you is the 5-year financial forecast, the projected outlook for our city's revenue and the costs associated with providing critical services. In response, last fall, we established the Forecast Review Team, which invited community members to the conversation. Together, this team helped to reduce the gap in our city's general fund from an initial $17.7 million to $13.8 million. Last week, we heard from another valuable group of volunteers, the Efficiency Committee. This group, composed of local business leaders, took a deep dive into our general fund budget over 5 sessions. After thorough review, they found that while we are operating with fewer resources than many of our peer cities, there is no evidence of waste. However, the challenges we face, including rising PERS costs, limited property tax revenue, and understaffing, are real and cannot be solved with efficiency measures alone. We will continue looking for cost-saving opportunities, and we welcome your feedback and ideas. Additionally, our City Council's Finance Committee has launched a performance auditing program aimed at finding smarter ways to work. Recently, we completed a review of the City Manager's office, and we're now focusing on our urban renewal agency and risk management functions. I encourage you to join us for a detailed discussion of these topics during our meeting on April 21st. I am confident that together we will ensure the fiscal health of our city. I've been in office for 50 days now, and I've learned so much. Through these financial processes, I've learned that there are robust measures in place to safeguard the city's financial health. I've also learned that an adjustment in our forecasting and general fund review did not make a budget shortfall disappear entirely. That's why I'm asking for your support for the livability levy, which will appear on the May ballot. This council passed motion unanimously in support of the library, our more than 90 parks and our recreation programs, and Center 50+. This outpouring of support for these treasured community resources has been overwhelming, and it's a testament to what we can accomplish when we work together toward a common goal. Today, I am thrilled to announce that both Salem Fire and police unions have endorsed the livability levy. As I mentioned earlier, public safety is a priority for us all. We have heard the people of Salem loud and clear. I've been asked why we are pursuing a livability levy instead of a public safety levy. Public safety remains our #1 priority, and the proposed levy will actually help to preserve the general fund for essential services like police, fire, and emergency medical response over the next 5 years. Revenue from the livability levy will be placed in a dedicated fund and managed by a committee to ensure transparency and accountability. This committee will report annually to the City Council, and levy expenditures will undergo yearly audits. We remain committed to being fiscally responsible and transparent with our community, and I sincerely hope for your support as we move forward with the livability levy. I've had the privilege of joining our first responders on ride-alongs, which has given me a first-hand understanding of the challenges they face in our community. It's clear that while we've made some progress, there is still much work to be done. Public safety is not just about enforcement. It's about creating a safe and supportive environment for everyone. Our businesses, which are essential to economic growth, need a safe and welcoming environment to thrive. Our residents deserve to feel secure when they go to bed at night or walk through their neighborhoods and parks. Also, we must ensure that those experiencing homelessness have access to the support and resources they need. We need the right resources and accountabilities in place for the best possible return on what has become an incredibly significant investment. Through my ride-alongs with police and fire, I've seen the immense strain on personnel and equipment in response to those experiencing crisis. The fact is, we need more resources and better services in place to serve those in need in our communities. That's why I mentioned earlier my commitment to expanding our partnerships with Marion and Polk counties and the state of Oregon. Together, we can tackle the ongoing challenges and provide pathways to more positive outcomes. Bear with me now as I draw back the curtain on the very important topic of homelessness. There is more to it than meets the eye. Many in our community are struggling. Homelessness is a complex issue, and it's crucial that we address it with compassion and urgency. Last year, over 1,200 students in the Salem-Keizer School District were experiencing homelessness. Meanwhile, local organizations like Marion Polk Food Share report that many families are struggling to afford the rising cost of housing and food. With food banks seeing record high visits, it's clear that many of our neighbors are living on the edge. We continue to work alongside Salem's development community to remove barriers to building more housing, providing more clarity around permitting, and connecting developers with incentives to construct affordable housing. We offer a multi-unit housing tax incentive to promote housing in core areas of our urban centers. We've put up some of our federal dollars for home investment partnership and our community development block grants into housing projects. We've also started using some of the $10 million from the 2022 Safety and Livability Bond to support affordable housing projects, including a 183-unit affordable housing project. Our Community Planning and Development Department reports an increase in building permits and housing development. From July 2024 to January 2025, we permitted 582 new family units, multifamily units, compared to just 182 the same period the previous year. Together, we are working to ensure that more affordable housing is available to those in need. I believe it's also important to acknowledge our need for all types of housing. Housing which meets the needs of all income levels. Home ownership should still be part of the American dream. The ability to build equity can help to break the cycle of poverty. What does the state of the city mean to you? Be curious. Answer that question. Bring the skills and talents you possess to the community. Get involved. Salem is not just a city. It's a community. It's a collection of people working together to create a better place for us all, including you. The work we've done thus far makes me incredibly proud, and we have 677 days left. I have deep faith and hope that together we can tackle the difficulties facing Salem. The team assembled in this room, elected officials, community leaders, city staff, and residents, have exactly what it takes to lead us forward through just such a time as this. I am committed to ensuring that all voices are heard and that we create a livable, thriving community for everyone who calls Salem home. We're small enough to know each other and big enough to overcome the challenges we face. The state of our city is strong and growing stronger every day because we are stronger together. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was a great talk. Thank you so much. Let's give Mayor Hoy another round of applause for an amazing job. Thank you so much on behalf of our community for all that you do. We truly are a better community because of your leadership, and we wish you all the best. On behalf of the Salem City Club, Salem Area Chamber of Commerce, and the Rotary Club of Salem, I would like to thank the following partners. They all deserve our appreciation. The city staff for helping arrange this very wonderful event. CC Media for recording and for airing this live on Comcast Channel 21 and on YouTube. And finally, thanks to all of you who joined us today. We are adjourned.